Welcome to Harry's Hook. We're on the verge of a barn burner of a fight, or maybe a destructive performance. Thurman vs. Tszyu, March 30th. Either way, you want a preview and prediction, you're in the right place. Lace up, let's get started. We've got Keith, one-time Thurman, battling WBO junior middleweight champion Tim Tszyu, the Soul Taker, at 155-pound catchweight in a crossroads battle for both men. The Australian, Tszyu, is a rising star with a fan-friendly style and some name recognition as son of the legendary Costa Tszyu. Thurman was once a force in the welterweight division, former unified champion, but has been inactive over the years. Will Tszyu be the first to stop Thurman on his path to mainstream stardom, or will Thurman remind the world that he's still a top dog and unwilling to pass the torch just yet? In today's video, I'm going to preview the bout, talk about the boxers, advantages, disadvantages, some X factors that could determine the outcome, and then ultimately give my prediction. But first, if you enjoy this content, do me a solid, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. I appreciate your support. Age before beauty, Thurman is 35 years old, holds a record of 30-1 with 22 knockouts. He's been listed anywhere from 5'7" to 5'9.5", I suspect he's closer to the former, and carries a 69-inch reach. One time is a cerebral, athletic, accurate boxer-puncher who utilizes the whole ring as well as a wide variety of skills. Tim Tszyu is 29 years old. He's undefeated at 24-0 with 17 knockouts. He stands about 5'9" and carries a 70.5-inch reach. The Soul Taker is a patient, plodding power puncher with a potent right hand who applies pressure and creates openings to the head and to the body. Thurman is the more versatile boxer here. I wouldn't say he has an elite jab. Neither of them, though, really use the jab very consistently. I would say that Thurman uses it more consistently. In fact, Tszyu has one of the highest ratios of power punches thrown per round compared with jabs, according to CompuBox. And further on the versatility point, one time can fight competently on the front foot, but is also a solid mover and counterpuncher. But Tszyu is very skilled at what he does. He cuts off the ring, applies pressure, and unleashes his heavy hands upstairs and downstairs. There's one particular refined skill that separates the Soul Taker as an aggressor and makes his pressure all the more effective, and that is his distance management at close range. When his opponent tries to tie up, he does not acquiesce to a clinch. He'll push them away, frame with his forearms, allowing himself to continue his assault and not let the ref stop the action to break them up and undo the good work he did to close the distance. And for these close encounters, he possesses a special weapon that Thurman doesn't, his chopping right hand. He gets a lot of leverage, making it a potent punch on the inside, and opponents are often not expecting it at such an angle, which makes it all the more dangerous. But credit to Thurman. He ranks as one of the most precise power punchers in the sport, according to CompuBox, averaging over 46% accuracy. And I think he can keep Tszyu guessing, since he deploys the full arsenal of punches and will lead with jabs, straight rights, left hooks, use various combos, go on the attack, go on the back foot and counter, feint. But those leaping lead hooks will be a risky proposition here against Tszyu's right hand. And the thing is, Tszyu can time you. He did it to Tony Harrison, he's done it to others. Thurman likes to fire off combos, disengage, fire, disengage, pot shot, counter. Tszyu must not allow Thurman to dictate the pace. Pacquiao, for example, would attack in staccato bursts and not always allow Thurman to catch his rhythm. Geometry and pacing will be crucial in this fight, as it usually is. Hold on, taking a swig. Hold on. Time for X factors. Weight. Why we at a catchweight of 155? WBO wouldn't sanction a 154-pound title fight here, so the belt not on the line. That's why we're at 155. Thurman had been at 147, though he hasn't gotten a stoppage since 2015 against Luis Collazo, though he did hurt Barrios several times over the course of their fight. Will the extra pounds and less onerous weight cut bring some truth back to the one-time moniker, Or is that going to weigh down his cardio and really just be an advantage for Tszyu, who's been at 154? Ring rust. Thurman is again coming off a long layoff. His last fight was February 2022 against Barrios. Before that, June 2019 against Manny Pacquiao. I mean, look at the recent-ish track record. Part of it is that he has had a history of injuries over the years that have prevented him from being more consistent. And to be fair, it didn't look like the inactivity had too much of an effect on him against Barrios. His rhythm, timing, overall, he looked pretty sharp. But still, he's 35 now, and as you get older and fight less frequently, ring rust tends to be more of an issue. And to compound this, Tszyu had 3 fights in 2023. That man has been active. All of the lights. Now this is admittedly more of a speculative question, but is Tim Tszyu ready for the big stage? This is a step up in competition and into the limelight. Thurman is a name. He's a former unified welterweight champion with wins over Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and 1 loss, split decision to Manny Pacquiao. If Tszyu puts on a show-stopping performance, his stock will skyrocket. Is he ready for the moment? All right, let's bring the horses into the barn. Let's make our way to a verdict. If Tim Tszyu is going to get upset here, Keith Thurman is the type of fighter to do it. That athleticism, versatility, skill, experience, grit, and enough pop to command respect makes Thurman a tough out. The odds are wide in Tszyu's favor. -900 on DraftKings and FanDuel as of this recording. That's too wide if you ask me. But Tszyu does deserve to be solidly favored. Age combined with an athletic style, inactivity, and injury history pose a problem for Thurman, whereas Tszyu is in his athletic prime, active, a rising star, on the verge of more. But the Australian has never faced anyone of Thurman's caliber, and we have seen him struggle a bit against a good jab. We'll see if Thurman can provide the quality and quantity needed to upset Tszyu, because Tszyu can time you if you're lazy about it. There's a good chance that Thurman uses his movement and skills to bank early rounds, maybe stun Tszyu with some pot shots. He has the power to hurt him, so Tszyu needs to be on his game. I can see this playing out in a kinda similar way to the Mendoza fight, where Thurman, like Mendoza, is competitive, tough, lands shots, and makes Tszyu work. But the Australian will cut off the ring, get Thurman to the ropes, Thurman doesn't have the strongest of bases, and place his shots. We've seen Keith get hurt to the body multiple times, including in his last 2 fights, and Tim is a good body puncher with heavy hands, is better on the inside, and will not let Thurman tie up and break the action. Ultimately, I think Tszyu will start to find the mark somewhere in the middle rounds, pile up punishment on the 35-year-old, and take another soul via late stoppage. And that right there is Harry's hook. How do you see the fight playing out? Who do you have winning? Comment below.